All right, guys, I'm doing this on YouTube because I wouldn't be able to explain it in like a 30-second video. So stick with me here for the next 3-4 minutes. Is going to be worth it. So about 2 weekends ago, when all this COVID-19 breakout started happening, the hardest hit I think was going to be on the social life outside of the kids stuff. Obviously, but just being cramped in. But it's going to be hang out with buddies, playing poker, lots of poker nights. What are we going to do? And so I spent roughly 8-9 hours researching different poker sites, different apps. Could not find one that just allowed me and whoever buddies to come in, do our own money, do our own chips, play our own games. Nowhere could that be found. There was all like Texas only or Omaha only, or you had to abide by their money accounts and then they would scrape off some money, or you'd have like an 8-second timer to make a decision on if you want to bet or not. Like, it was just brutal. So I was looking for a spot where we could just hang out. Ended up going to a gaming buddy and to ask him, hey, dude, help me out here. I can't find anything. Have you heard of anything? Long story short, the Steam app that we play Drawful on is a gaming platform, free for you to download. So everyone first needs to go out and download that. Well, on there's an application, a game called Tabletop Simulator. And pretty much it just creates a sandbox, and then you can create and do whatever you want in that sandbox. And so we went into this, I bought it for 21 bucks, went in on this Tabletop Simulator game and created a legitimate poker table where we can play any game. We set up the chip amounts. We just Venmo money at the beginning, and then we just play cash game. You can buy back in as many times as you want, etc. The dealer calls, and me and 6 other buddies play poker for 6-7 straight hours. We send out a Zoom invite, so we're all hanging out on Zoom and video chatting while we're in here playing poker. And it was the most realistic, cool thing ever. And I immediately thought, how fun would this be to also do with my brothers and my cousins? We would have so much fun doing this. And you don't even have to just play poker. You can do hearts, spades, anything you want to use. 1 deck, 2 decks. We could come up with anything we wanted to play if we wanted to like pull in some parents and play just a normal game. But I think it'd be so much fun if we did actual poker cash games together. We would have so much fun. So I'm going to show it to you real quick. That's why this video, I'm already up to 2.5 minutes. So it's going to be, it helps to have multiple monitors. You're going to want at least 2, laptop to a TV or something. But I was just up in my office, and this is how I set it up. So I had my Zoom. This is my Zoom environment right here. So you can have in Zoom like cascaded screen. So I had my 6 other buddies all in their own separate windows on my laptop. So you're just sitting here chatting and talking. And then up here is the actual environment that we created. So when they're playing, their names are here, right, at each spot. And you can drag and change your view, but you can see if you put a picture on your profile, you can all have your own pictures floating there. So that's me with a little cigar in my mouth. So this is my spot, and so you can adjust, you can zoom in, you can, this is our logo for our golf trip buddies. I can take that off when we play, but here's the gameplay, right? You can put your chips in the middle. It tells you what each one is worth. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit. You can pick up the whole pack. They fall in like people are betting, right? I mean, it's so realistic. And then you have things like, all right, if I do this and then hit G, it groups all of them together in their dollar amounts type of thing. Sometimes like there's a little bit of a learning curve on how to necessarily move around all the different chips. But now here I'm just going to pick up this pile of 50 chips and move them off of the 100 chip. But dealing, right? You can deal any game. So I'm going to burn one here. And then I'm going to lay it. Let's move that out of the way here. I didn't deal last time. Another buddy did. My gaming buddy that played with us. So you got one there. Let's say we're playing a little Omaha action and we're dealing. We're doing this. All right, so here's the flop. I can highlight those and then flip them all. Oh, don't want to do that. So yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve here. There we go, because I didn't deal last time. But now we're dealing and we're playing. I forgot to deal cards. I forgot to actually deal cards to everybody. So for me, as if I'm the dealer, I'm gonna, deal out. If there was more, obviously there's not people at the table, but if there's people at the table, it would, I can, deal to specific people and see how I can't see those cards because it's in their hand only. So I only can see the cards that are in front of me. So I'm going to play orange against yellow here. So they can't, I can't see them. Now, if I were to go fold like this, let's say I'm out of the hand, I want to fold, and I put my cards in, everyone could see them, right? So you don't want to do that. So here's where there's a little bit of a learning curve. But now once I select all of them like this, if I hit F and now I flip them, then when I go and fold, we always had like a spot where you'd fold the cards. Now they're folded. And if I hit G, it groups them like that. No one could ever see those. So anyways, you could play any game you wanted, and it took everybody about 5 minutes maybe to get the feel of how to move off one chip. You can cut, the chips. There's different ways that you can bet with your chips. But after everyone got the hang of it in the first 5 or 10 minutes of a learning curve, we literally played for like 6.5, 7 hours, and we had so much fun. And this would be so much fun to do this. And you can zoom in if you can't see the cards. There's lots of different things that I can teach you once we get to this point. But man, this has ended up being about an 8-minute video, but it's so much fun. We got to do this. So it's been helpful. I've been going around to some other buddies. There's about 11 buddies out there now that all want to play poker all the time now. But it's easier if we spend 20, 30 minutes for me to help you get set up. And you got to download the tabletop game and then get in there and play around with it a little bit. If you do that, if everyone has a chance to kind of do that before we all get together to play, then we're not spending that first half hour getting everyone set up. It's everyone set up on their own on the outside, and then we set up a time to play and we all come in and play. So anyways, shoot me a response back on this text string. Let me know your thoughts. It's a lot of fun. And with the tabletop game, there's backgammon in there, Andy. There's all these other workspaces that other people have already created. I took someone else's poker station and then created my own chip amounts, my own, kind of style, everything else about it. But anyways, all right, love you guys. Hope you're staying safe out there. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this. Peace.